you mentioned going to the penitentiary, but you did your juvenile time.
Right.
When do you first hit the county jail, man, and what was that like for you?
I hit the county jail probably like mid-90s. And it was a tripped out experience, man. And it's like, you know, now that, you know, I kind of started my channel, and then when you look back on your life and you feel like the way you was living in jails and living on the street was like a movie, you would say, well, shit, maybe I was filming my own life, man. So that shit was an amazing experience when I first hit that LA County jail.
Did you go straight to the module, or did you think that maybe I could just go on general population and ride it out?
I had banged mainline because I wasn't really hipped on even how to get to the modules and shit. So I just wound up pushing the mainline and shit. And I didn't have Crips when I first was on there. They used to hate because I had, you know, tattoos on me, disrespectful tats towards the Crips and all kind of shit crossed out. So older G Crips used to say, hey man, maybe you should go to the main line. I mean, maybe you should go to the modules or do this. They had made suggestions for a nigga, but I didn't never follow suit. I was like, man, I'm gonna stay out here. But the homies already had said, get your bang on first before you come to the module. So that was already in the nigga head, you know what I'm saying? And you know, some Crips used to try to have a nigga drop a kite on himself. But I was young and was like, kind of already hipped on that. They'd be like, write the police, let them know you a blood, you can't be here. But really, them niggas who just wanted the all Crip dorm. They didn't want no bloods there, none of that shit. And I wouldn't take no kite. I wouldn't drop no kite on myself. So I stayed banging amongst them until I went to the module or something, or OSJ hit the main line snatching people up and shit.
Now you talked about going to the module back in '98 and getting dope fiend by one of the homies.
Right.
What was that all about?
Man, that's why I don't really gamble out here, man, to this day, man. Motherfuckers was in there gambling, and I think we was playing 21 blackjack. And I wound up cracking the cell. You know, I broke all the homies in that motherfucker. But by us being from the same hood in the modules, I remember homies, you know, homies that had style, they used to have a personal store bag, and if niggas was came up or was gambling, we'd have a second store bag, and that'd be a bag we share with the hood outside our personal. So I wind up cracking the whole cell, and one of the older big homies, he didn't like that I cracked the whole cell, and I didn't want to gamble no more. I'm like, nigga, I didn't hit niggas already. He wanted to gamble hygiene. I'm like, niggas don't gamble hygiene. Nigga, keep your hygiene. We from the same hood, nigga. Eat out this store bag, don't touch this one. He didn't like how I did it, and I bagged up out of gambling. Nigga, I wasn't finna gamble no more. I don't need no hygiene. So now while I'm on the phone with my girl at that time, the big homie dope fiends me while I'm on the payphone. And from there, it just kicked it up off because I didn't want to gamble no more. I didn't want to give him no more get back. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I said, man, on the street, I barely even gamble, man. Well, I hate to say, man, the big homie took off on me, tried to squabble a motherfucker up. And I was like, damn, homie, I got to, you know, by me being small, homie, I got to be a force to be reckoned with in this motherfucker. So I pumped myself up after 2 days, man, to go on and take flight with another homie on a big homie, man, and we tried to move him, man. We tried to blast him up off the tier and shit, you know. And I got love for the big homie to this day right now, but that's just what had to happen, homie, because I didn't want to go out like that, dog.
Yeah. And once you in the module, just because it's a bunch of homies, it's a bunch of blood. Now, was this 4300?
I want to say it probably was. It probably was. But I know these was like 6-man cells at them times and shit. Yeah.
And even though you in the module with supposed homies, it can go up in there at any moment.
Yeah. Motherfuckers that try to punk you out up in there, homie, because you got homies that might not been on their shit on the streets, but when they get to jail, they reform and turn into a whole treacherous, different style of a person. You know what I'm saying? And then you also in the battlefield with a million other bloods, homie. And if you don't know how to hold your rank and hold your own, homie, And when in the absence of your homies going to the penitentiary and going home, you might got to move in another cell and be with the homies. So if you don't lay down no demo on what type of person you are, homie, the next homies might try to play you, homie.
Now, was you on your way to prison on that first time? To the county?
Yeah, I was on my way to prison. I was on my way to prison that time.
So how long did you fight your case in the county before you got sent to prison?
I think I stayed down there about a year with the homies down there. About a year.
And then what you end up going to prison for?
I wound up taking a couple years and shit. I think I was in there for cultivation at that time. And that was for marijuana. They didn't know how they was doing it at that time, but they was sending people to prison for cultivation.
And what was that like first time you go to reception?
I go to reception.
Was that Delano maybe?
I think I went to Wasco. I went up to the Bakerfield up in Wasco, and that was amazing too, because you know you get up there with Bakerfield, and that's a whole different get down. They ain't really feeling LA homies like that, and you learning them dudes get down, homie. And like I said, everything was an experiential moment, homie. You know, that's also where I learned to politic with other B-dogs and other bloods at up there too.
Did you get a chance to meet dudes that were from different cities like San Diego?
Oh yeah.
Oakland,
yeah,
maybe.
Yeah.
You get to meet people from all over the state.
From all over, man. It's like going to college and shit. That's why people used to call it college, I guess, back in the days, man, because you meet everybody from all walks of life with this P and this B thing, man, or even cripping or something.